The Netherlands America Foundation has gathered many friends over the almost 100 years of their existence. And I'm wondering why. What moves these people? Why are they friends? The best way to find out is to visit them and ask them. Let's go. I think we cannot start off better than by asking one of our former prime ministers, Jan-Peter Balkenende.
There are so many challenges. We talk about issues around human rights, democracy, trade practices, climate change, inequality. And then it's so important you know each other, that you have a better understanding. So therefore, it's really key to meet each other.
Yeah, and I think studying in each other's country can really help.
You're completely right. You should stay a bit longer in a country to get a better understanding. And if you are longer in a country, it will lead to friendships. You will learn more. You know more about the culture, the history of a country. So it's a big advantage if you can stay longer in a country. And therefore, the cooperation between the US and the Netherlands is really important.
We're about to meet one of the former co-chairmen, or should I say co-chairwoman, of the Peter Stuyvesantbal, Margriet Soeterman-Rijnen. In her day job, she is a member of the executive board of Aegon Holdings, that's one of the world's largest insurance companies. But she's also the leading lady of Topvrouwen.
Topvrouwen is the executive which was founded in 2016. It's an initiative supported by the Social Economic Council, which is actually looking after the fact that top female executives should reach the levels they're looking for, which is of course just like man at the top. You see that the world is a little bit polarizing. I think diversity and inclusion and equity are themes which are extremely important nowadays to build bridges. Our Netherlands America Foundation actually enables those relationships to be built from a very young age of those students.
Suppose you love classical music. Well, then you must know the Royal Concertgebouw Orchestra, based here in Amsterdam. And they are a French fund partner of the NAF.
Hi.
Hi.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you both. What is this place? What is this room?
Actually, you have just entered the Amsterdam Zaal. This is the small rehearsal room of the Concertgebouw Orchestra.
And what's the relationship with the Concertgebouw Orchestra, the Royal Concertgebouw Orchestra, with the United States?
It was in 1954 that the orchestra went to the US for the first time. Yeah, it was a huge tour, and actually at that moment a really intense relationship was built.
And NAF helps us to to raise funds in the US and to transfer these funds to the orchestra in the Netherlands. At the same time, we received some cultural grants of the NAF, so we're very grateful for that.
Okay, mutual benefits, I suppose.
Absolutely.
For our next interview, I would love to travel to the US, but that's not going to happen. It's going to be another Zoom meeting. And that's with Paul Klaassen. And he's the founder of Sunrise Assisted Living, a pioneer in the field of senior living in the UK, US and Canada. And he's an American citizen, but with true Dutch roots, and a friend of the NAF. Hi Paul. What's your relationship with the Netherlands, because you are an American citizen?
My parents are both Dutch citizens when I was born in Seattle. And my omas, or grandmothers, of course, also lived back in Holland. And in my early 20s, I started a business based on the Dutch approach to elderly care. And I brought many of those concepts to the United States. So I have benefited firsthand from the cross-cultural experiences.
Well, Paul, this is the moment that you can make a pledge for the mission of the NAF. And what would that be?
Well, I would ask that everybody who believes in the benefits that come from a strong relationship between our countries, anybody who has seen the benefits of that in their own lives, believe that it is good for our two nations, that they support the mission. They support it through scholarships. They support it by attending our events, through our auctions. By doing those things, you'll ensure that the next 100 years of the NAF will be very successful. You'll be investing in the continued positive relationship between our two countries.
Our next video interview is with Bas Nieuw-Wemen. And he's the global CEO of Aegon Asset Management. And Aegon is one of the sponsors of this evening. Hi Bas, do you think that studying in each other's country is a good way to learn more about culture and the way of living?
Absolutely. It truly helped me understanding American culture better, but also the relationship between the Netherlands and the US.
What do you think of the work and the mission of the NAF?
The American-Dutch relationship has always been a very important dimension in my careers at ING and now at Aegon. We serve more than 13 million customers in America. I'm very glad the NAF fosters the friendship between our two countries.
On my way to meet Jan Willem Kelder, a retired Vice Admiral, and he was also a former Commander-in-Chief of the Dutch Royal Navy. And of course, we're going to meet him on a ship. Hi, Mr. Kelder. I'm curious, what are your connections with the US?
Of course, by the Navy. I have met a lot of times American ships. We work together, we exercise together, and being among them, and then you get the respect of the culture. If you know each other, if you are friends with each other, you understand why sometimes somebody is reacting not the way what you should react. This is the way to get world peace.
We are here in Zwolle, and that's in the eastern part of the Netherlands. And this is the studio van Ronald Westerhaus. He's an internationally renowned sculptor, and he generously donated one of his pieces of art for the auction. And why is it important that the Netherlands and the United States keep connected?
I think it's essential that you have students interacting with each other in different countries. The NAF is like a middleman who makes this happen, you know? You always need to have a connector.
Well, I heard plenty of reasons why one should be a friend of the NAF. Their cause is really worth sponsoring. Thank you for watching. Back to you, Umberto and Lauren.